Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Tea Time Tuesdays. Excited to be here with all of you this afternoon. All right, good afternoon, Tea Timers. Please remember to like and share this broadcast and let everyone know that we are live here on this Tuesday, beautiful afternoon for Tea Time Tuesdays. Remember to go ahead and and share. Like and share this broadcast here as we are here this afternoon where we're taking time to pause, reset, and build resilience. Again, good afternoon, everyone. And as you're coming on, please remember to like and share. Make sure that you have your tea or your choice of what you're drinking today, as well as your tea time journal. Definitely excited to be here with all of you this afternoon. We are excited and looking forward to today's tea time and what will be shared. We want to welcome you. The hospitality says the tea time welcome. All right, and we're the Renewal Center, and so you can come and join us at our RC Cafe if you're in the Charlotte Concord or passing by in the area. Come by and stop by the Renewal Center and experience the hospitality that we have. You can have a cup of coffee or tea, use the Wi-Fi. If you need a place to just work and just sit, this is for you. And this is a great experience that we've made available with the Renewal Center in Concord, Charlotte, North Carolina area. We invite you to stop by. All right. And so we're going to move right along this morning. This month is the mental health awareness month. And so the Renewal Center, we are observing the awareness of mental health awareness and how important mental health is during the month of May. And so we invite you to share in this month of mental health awareness and being aware of our mental health. All right. All right. And so as we go into our tea of the week, we have our green tea, very familiar tea to everyone. One of my favorites. I think we've all tried a cup of tea of green tea, and it has great health benefits. It's high in antioxidants, and it actually can improve the function of your body and brain. So there is the tea of the week, green tea, which has great benefits again. It's high in antioxidants and it can improve body and brain health, along with many other healthy things that green tea does. So we've all had a cup of green tea at some point, especially those who are adamant tea drinkers. I know you've had a cup of green tea at Carmela,
Yes.
green tea as well. Yes, and now they mix it in with different things. That you can find it almost anywhere at any place of being sold, or if you want to just buy green tea. It's really good, really healthy, and it's also refreshing. I like
Yes.
it hot and I like it cold. And so it's a very good tea. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and share with us your tea of choice. What are you having this afternoon? Are you having tea? Are you having water? Are you having coffee? What are you having over there, Carmela?
I have peppermint tea today.
All
Peppermint
right, you
tea.
have peppermint tea, and I actually have iced tea. And this, I've already taken a nice pinch out of it, but my iced tea is passion fruit tea, and it is actually orange tea mixed with passion fruit that I steep, and then I make it an iced tea. So I've
That's a
been creating all different types of teas. I tell you, Carmela, I don't need to go to Starbucks or any of them because I tell you, I make it with different teas and I mix it in. And it's absolutely refreshing, so
that's
really
the
good.
benefit of having your own tea around.
Yeah,
You can mix and match.
you can mix and match, and
Mhm.
I love passion tea. I used to get it a lot at Starbucks, and I began to make it at home and begin to mix different things in with it, and it's absolutely refreshing in the summer time as well, in the spring. All right. So, anybody out there, let us know what you're having today
Mhm.
for your tea time. What's your tea? Is it
Mhm.
Again, I have this as I'm going to take a sip.
I'll take a sip too while you're doing that.
Yes, refreshing,
Hmm.
refreshing, refreshing tea. And so, good afternoon. Good afternoon, Chanel. Good afternoon,
Yeah,
Tea Time community. Hey there, how you doing this afternoon? All right, we got Dr. Paul Brown. All right,
we got
morning.
them coming.
Yeah, Moringa Organic Tea. Thank you so much for sharing that. Good afternoon, Nicole. Good afternoon. That's a part of our tea time community. Chanel
Yes,
having vanilla spice ice.
that
That sounds
sounds good.
good. Yeah. Yeah, that sounds good. Good afternoon, Charlisa. Good afternoon, tea timers. Welcome to Tea Time. And so this afternoon, as we all know, we're going to take a time to pause by
Yes.
going into our moment of locating ourselves. And so we're going to go ahead and do that for a moment. Just go ahead and relax if you can. Relax your shoulders, relax your back, relax your fingers, and just, just begin to allow yourself to breathe in and out as we go into our time of locating yourself. All right. Good afternoon, Monique. There's Monique. Good afternoon to you. All right, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? That's a sight for me. Let's go ahead and go into our locate yourself exercise. All right, a few more seconds. All right, thank you guys so much for joining us for our locate yourself that we do here at the Renewal Center, where we're taking time to pause and locate ourselves on this beautiful Tuesday afternoon. I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Carmela. Please remember, have your tea time journals ready, as she is going
Yes.
to lead us into our tea time this afternoon.
Yes.
Yes,
Hello,
hello
everybody.
everybody.
Can you
Can
hear
you
me?
hear?
It seems like there's a little feedback going on.
I can hear you. Mm-hmm.
Okay. It's so good to see everybody today. And it's been a minute that I have missed you guys on tea time. So it's good to see everybody. Hope everyone is having a wonderful Tuesday afternoon. Over here, it's raining, but it's still a good Tuesday afternoon. We want to invite you to go ahead and like and share our broadcast. We're over there on YouTube. So invite some people today. Invite your colleagues today, friend and family, to join us in on a time of pause and reset and building resilience. And so today I want to start off with a little trivia. I want to know how everyone is doing. And I would like everyone to join in and engage. And so I'm going to just ask you a trivia question today as we start off with our renewal practice. And I'd like everyone to join in the chat and think as I go along with these questions. So share and provide with us, with Hope and I, in the chat, a word that comes to your mind that best describe or answer these four questions. Because we're all about building resilience today. We're going to talk more about building resilience. And so everyone can participate and everyone can engage. And so I want to ask you a question, a series of four questions. Put your answer in the chat so we can talk about it as a tea time community. So what sparks creativity and innovation? What's that one word that comes to your mind when you think about what sparks creativity and what sparks innovation? Also, question number 2, what ignites motivation and pushes us to excel in our goals? Also, what makes an environment thrive? Go ahead. I see some remarks coming in. Okay. What makes an environment thrive? And number 4, what promotes goodwill and well-being? Now, I know that there are going to be plenty of answers for this, but whatever comes to your mind is the right answer. So go ahead and put it in the chat. And while we're doing that, I'm going to go ahead and share a slide. Once again, I'll ask these questions. Here's our trivia for today. What sparks creativity and innovation? What ignites motivation and pushes us to excel in our goals? And what makes an environment thrive? Think about your workplace, your home, wherever you are. What makes that environment thrive? And what promotes goodwill and well-being? So I'm just going to take a second and allow everyone to just kind of let that roll around in your mind. And as you let that roll around in your mind, we'll come back and engage. Hope and I will engage you in conversation today about this one particular word. So I'm going to go ahead and put some of the remarks that we got in on the screen. So I see Monique is coming in with a remark. She says ideas. Thank you, Monique. Ideas. Okay, Charlisa. Inner strength. Okay, thanks, Charlisa. Can you take the next 2, Hope?
Sure. Charlisa says vision. Okay, Nicole says 3, order.
Okay. Do you need me to read that over again, number 3? Or put number 3 back up there, Nicole? I'll put these trivia questions back up here. And then Monique is saying,
the desire to grow and function in purpose.
The desire to grow and function in purpose. These are some great answers. We got ideas, inner strength. I'll put these back up again. Our Tea Time community. We have many of them coming in. Vision, the desire to grow and function in purpose. These are some great answers. Go ahead. If you think of anything else, go ahead and put it in the chat. And I will go ahead and put our trivia question back up again for tea time today. What sparks creativity and innovation? What ignites motivation and pushes us to excel in our goals? What makes an environment thrive? And what promotes goodwill and well-being? So as I give everyone a chance to participate and put your response in the chat, and you're using one word to describe these things, I'm going to go ahead and just share this. So there's a buzzword going on, of course, and everywhere we look, we see this particular word, all of these things, it describes all of these things. And so we're going to do an engaging exercise today so that you can have your tea time journals ready, and we'll do something. Make sure you have something to write in so that you can write these down. So the buzzing word today is inspiration. That is a buzzing word. The power of being inspired, embracing inspiration, and inspiring others. So, excuse me, that is a way of building resilience. And we're going to talk about that because we see and encounter inspiration just about every day. And whether we really acknowledge it or not, sometimes our days could become really mundane or monotonous or routine that we may actually overlook or don't even really notice inspiration in action. And so we're going to look, or even opportunities for inspiration. So, well, if we're going to talk about embracing inspiration today and how great it could be, and we can always boost our well-being through that one word. And sometimes we use the word inspiration, but sometimes really don't really pull from it. I see another remark coming in. I want to put this up here. Okay, thank you, Monique. Monique says collaboration, teamwork, mutual respect produce environments that thrive. Yes, they do. And it's so important that we revisit this word inspiration. And the reason why I thought inspiration would be appropriate today, because we are living in such a fast-paced world where so many things are going on. We're pulling from different tea time practices. We're learning a lot of new things. but sometimes we still need an igniting, or we could perhaps use a little bit more inspiration in what we do every day. Hope, I see you nodding your head. You want to share something?
Oh no, I was just agreeing with you
Oh,
regarding, inspiration and some of the comments that are coming in. So I just was agreeing.
okay. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. I'm looking at what is inspiration. What exactly is inspiration? You guys can go ahead and put what your interpretation of inspiration is. I like how you came in already with ideas when I read those four trivia questions, and you came in with vision and purpose, collaboration, and all of these things. These are the things that describe. Oh, excuse me. There's an incoming call. I'm gonna have to let that go for a second. Let me mute this. Welcome, and thank you for calling the Renewal Center. My apologies. This is the first time we ever had anyone called during tea time. Sorry about that. Actually, uh, inspiration is a quality of being inspired. So let me actually go ahead and put what inspiration is. Inspiration is a quality of being inspired, an action or influence, inspired as an idea, someone or something that gives you ideas for doing something. So I'll say that one more time. Inspiration, if you look that up in the dictionary or you look that up for the definition, it is a quality of being inspired, action or influence, or inspired as an idea, someone or something that gives you ideas for something, for doing something. And so we're going to talk about the power of inspiration today. And so I don't know about you all, but if you, I think about there's something about inspiration and how powerful it is to us. And to me, when I feel inspired, I'm going to take this down. When I feel inspired, I tend to create more. And I'm so much more resilient in what I'm doing in my life. I am more creative. I don't know if you become more creative when you're inspired. I'm more calm. I'm in a calm mode. I'm open to embrace new things, and I become more productive. And I also tend to see the glass half full than the glass half empty when I'm more inspired. So I would like to know, how do you all interpret inspiration? And how do you feel when you engage in inspiration? Think of your times of reflection, because we do a lot of that here in Tea Time Tuesday. Think of the time of recreation, your places of influence, everyday living, your circle of influence. When do you feel most inspired? We got a lot of content creators that tune in during Tea Time Tuesday. So we see a lot of your content out there. It's positive and inspiring. When do you feel most inspired? Because you may be inspired by what are the things that inspire you? Why do you feel it's important to be inspired? Hope, you want to add in some things right there?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a great question to drive. To understand where is our inspiration coming in. Where is it
Mm-hmm.
coming from? For me, it comes from creativity, but also the inner strength that
Mm-hmm.
helps me to stay inspired. And because of being inspired, sometimes we can be in places where sometimes we may not feel it, but then it comes back up because of that strength within, or just the creativity or idea or the vision that I have, when moving forward. So that's important. And for me, it's important to understand and know where my inspiration, where is it actually coming from? Where is it rooted into? So,
Okay, great. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that, Hope. Go ahead and put in the chat of our Tea Time community. You're a little quiet out there today. Can you tell me what inspires you the most? I mean, think of it could be anything. We're going to talk a little bit about that. A lot of times when I think about inspiration, I get I get inspiration through pictures, through conversations that are meaningful. When I'm having an appreciation for what's around me, I get inspiration through self-compassion. Sometimes we can inspire ourselves through giving ourselves a break by loving on ourselves. We talked about that during February when Hope did some things about loving ourselves. That is inspirational because we can draw from within. What about motivational messages that we receive? A lot of us we're constantly receiving positive messages, and these things add up and inspire us to do great things. You can even find inspiration in reorganizing things. Take a case in point. How many of us love reorganizing our house? I know I do. There's something it's been sitting there for a long time, so you get a lot of joy and inspiration out of just rearranging things. That's embracing new things. Hope, I see you nodding your head over there about rearranging and putting things, changing the decor or adding new things. These are simple things. And then there are just things around us and people around us that inspire us. And I think that this is a really great thing that we're going to talk about today, because inspiration will enhance us to do a lot of things that we sometimes overlook. I would like to share that sometimes challenges, I wanted you to think about some of the things that you face, that we face. Sometimes challenges can be a source of inspiring us to bring about new solutions. So we're going to talk about those things and results. Let me put this up here on the screen. The power of inspiration is going to be able to help us in a lot of different areas. It can help us to create and innovate. We talked about that a little bit earlier. And number two, it can motivate ourselves and others to generate goals. So we're going to talk about that too. Number three, to produce results. That's the power and the strength of having inspiration within us and around us. Number four, we can embrace change and new possibilities. And that's another area of building resilience, when we're able to embrace change and new possibilities. So we're going to come back to that and talk about the importance of really having those four areas of inspiration in our lives.
Yes.
Hope, you want to share something?
Oh no, I was just looking. If you could put the questions up back up again one more time, I wanted to see. Okay, the number for embrace change and new possibilities, that really stuck out to me. And because I'm right now in a place where I am embracing change and new possibilities, which takes me, pulls me out of my comfort zone. And there's a sense of inspiration to keep moving forward. The power of inspiration to embrace change and new possibilities. So I mean, all of them are good. That one, my eyes was just toned in on that, and I just was thinking about, what I'm experiencing right now. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. And something that you said, I just want to pull out on that. I wrote it down, that it encourages us to keep going. It's the same thing, with change and new possibilities are opening. It opens up an awareness for us to persevere into something new or where we are. And something else that jumps out at me about not just challenges, but milestones. Our milestones are inspirational tools to help us evaluate where we are and how we're doing. And, using our milestones as, I would say, a launching pad that inspires us to do new things. Tea Time community, how many of you are embarking on some new things? Or how many of you have encountered new milestones within the last month or the last quarter, and it has really inspired you to progress? Also, how about challenges? Tea Time community, have you had any challenges that you can just respond yes, or maybe just hashtag inspiration like Monique Jackson has just done in our Tea Time community, to let us know that you can also use your challenges as a launching pad to inspire you to do something different, to see a different perspective than you were seeing before, which is a part of rebuilding resilience in our lives. And number three, here's another concept. How about New Horizon or embracing new things? And we talk about that on Tea Time Tuesday a lot. We're inspired when we take the time to see through a different lens, when we embark in something new or embracing something new that we haven't done before. So I think inspiration will keep us going. So let's talk about building resilience with inspiration. So as we talk about inspiration and we talk about building resilience, it's given us the power to bounce back. A lot of us, and I know for sure, have encountered some bumpy roads, or maybe you've come to some areas that are forcing us to become more resilient, to bounce back. And so I think inspiration gives us power and strength to do just that, to become more resilient in the things that we're doing or where we are in our station in life. Do you agree, Ho?
I definitely agree. Yeah, I definitely agree. Just on the different stages and the different places that, kind of like where we are. So, yes, I definitely agree with that.
Okay. I'm going to put these back up again, some of these renewal practices here. The power of inspiration. Let's talk about create and innovate. Okay, Tea Time community, it's a little quiet out there, but join in with us. When we think about inspiration as a tool, it helps us to create new ideas. And it's a pick me up and it gets us going and gets us moving to solve problems. And so we're always creating. We're always in a mode of creating, but maybe we can be more inspired to produce something different or ignite a little bit more or tweak what we're doing. And then ask questions. How can we become more inspired to create more, to help ourselves and to help others to be more creative? So I just want to say that we're more receptive. I know I'm more receptive to create more when I allow other people to be creative. When you see others are being more creative or you're encouraging others to be more creative, whether it's teamwork or the environment, your circle of influence, when you're encouraging others to be more creative, then you tend to be more receptive of creativity. What do you think about that? Tea Time community, join in. Hope you want to share something?
Sure. You know what? That is good. Like it's like when you're around other people,
Mm-hmm.
that are creative, they can inspire you as well. Just by looking at someone else, you kind of like, wow. So that is great to be in around people who help us to engage, creativity or the inspiration to create in different capacities. And that can be anywhere. It doesn't even have to be anybody we know. It can be
Right.
maybe something we're watching or something we're listening to or a quote that was we read or
Right.
anything like that that can just say, gives you that moment, aha moment to, go ahead and be inspired to do whatever it is that you need to do as far as creating or
Mm-hmm.
being inspired. And I see Monique says inspiration is
It's contagious.
contagious.
Yes,
Yes.
it is. I
Hmm.
agree. Thank you, Hope. I agree. And I agree with Monique too, because that's something that I was thinking about, that when you're contagious, other people pick up on that
Hmm.
and allow you to be, you're creative and you allow them to be creative. You create an environment of generating ideas. And that's what we want when we're building resilience. That's what we want to have when we're in a place, excuse me, of reorganizing things or
Hmm.
doing something different, or even through challenges and coming into milestones.
Yes.
If we're in a new place. Let's put this back up here again. I want to share this. Number 2 of our renewal practice. The power of inspiration can motivate ourselves and others to generate goals. And so this is where brainstorming comes in about our vision and our goals, excuse me, and putting strategies together in motion to obtain them. And so I like this because inspiration helps us put them together in a
Yeah.
sequence or a plan to actualize them. So without inspiration, it's hard to get some strategy going. Would you agree?
Yes, I do. Yeah. Yeah. I definitely agree, because the inspiration to have strategy or strategize.
Mm-hmm.
So the inspiration it plays a big part into that. Mm-hmm.
One thing I like about inspiration is if we look around, the things that are already here started with the form of creativity.
Yes.
Yeah. Organizations start with a form of creativity. What you do every day somehow starts with a form of creativity as you
Mm-hmm.
produce new things. And so this really is an encouragement. Excuse me. This really is an encouragement. Hope, can you take this so I can go ahead and mute this phone call?
Okay, sure. All right. All right. So the power of inspiration. Um, One, we have what create and innovate. But then we have, let's go down to four, embrace change and new possibilities. And I know I picked that one out and I said about that earlier, because in order to feel the power of inspiration, we have to sometimes come out of our comfort zone. So embrace change and experience those new possibilities. And so the inspiration to want to experience it. So having that inspiration there, allowing us to have be able to experience new possibilities, to be able to embrace changes of things that we've never done before, never seen before, never embarked upon before. And so it's good for us to have the inspiration to do so. Just being, in a place where I want to move forward. I want to embrace change. I want to embrace new things. And coming with new change and new things brings forth just new possibilities. Monique says an open mindset provides opportunities for creativity and innovation. All right. All right. Thank you so much. Dr. Paul Brown says when brainstorming, nothing is tossed out. New ideas and ways to improve are birthed from this practice. Thank you so much for sharing that, Dr. Paul. All right. So, yeah, okay. I don't know if you were ready yet.
We can put this back up.
Yeah, so these are some great things to keep us going. During just almost almost mid of the year, to get the inspiration and reignite the inspiration as well.
Mhm.
Sometimes it needs to be reignited to give
Mhm.
a fresh pull and a fresh perspective.
Thank you. I like that fresh perspective. And that's that's what we want when we are moving into resilience and bouncing back. We want to have a fresh perspective about because that is the inspiration gives us. We have to have a form of inspiration for us to even be moved to move forward in a new place of being in a fresh place and a new place and a launching pad place. I'm gonna go back to what you were sharing earlier. Number three, to produce results because we're more cognizant to monitor how
Yes.
we're doing or assess where we are when we are inspired. It keeps us motivated and for ourselves and other people. And then we can use inspiration, I mean, the results of inspiration as a check in. And number four, I like this because embrace change and possibilities, just as you were saying, there's always going to be a new place for possibilities. There's always going to be an opportunity for us to create a possibility and discover our strength. I know for me, when I'm in a place of embracing new changes or possibilities, sometimes it helps me discover what my strengths are. And I can look in an area like, wow, I didn't even realize that I can pull from that area. And so I think that it helps us to polish up where we are and polish up some things and embrace newness. Like you said, a fresh perspective. And so I think that inspiration is what we need to just focus on a little more. A lot of us are already inspiring others because of the content that we create, or just in conversation, or drawing from things and creating that environment that fosters well-being. And so this is something I'd like to challenge all of us this week. This is where you can grab your tea time journal, and we're going to do a little something here, and you can carry this into your day. Let's do an inspiration challenge. And so what you can do while you have your tea time journal is to make a list of 10 things that inspire you, so that when you do get to a routine or mundane day, or as you're kind of moving forward with the rest of the year, and you encounter those counters those days when you kind of feel like you're in a rut, list those 10 things that inspire you, and then list 10 things that you can do to inspire others, because you're not just want to inspire yourself, but you want to inspire others. And so with this inspirational challenge, in what ways, ask yourself, what ways will you begin or increase inspiration in your day? This is the how. And how can you do this in your week or in your circle of influence? That's with your friends, family, or in your places of influence for yourself and for others. So let's read that one more time. So we're going to go within the next few days or weeks in your Tea Time journal. We're going to do an inspirational challenge. And so ask yourself the what question. What are 10 things that inspire me? What are 10 things that I can do to inspire others? And then how? In what ways will I begin to increase or begin inspiration in my day, in my week, in my circle of influence, or in my places of influence for myself and others? And so, because I think that inspiration is the launching pad and the tool that we use, we don't really recognize it on an everyday basis, but there's inspiration all around us. I'm looking at my calendar. Here's my calendar, my motivational what do you call it? My calendar for the year. And I love it because it has all these different things that motivate me and inspire me to produce. So find something that you can use that inspires you to produce, that inspires you to have creativity. These things here again, that sparks creativity, that ignites motivation and pushes you to excel. Find those things that can help you make your environment thrive and promote goodwill and well-being, because these are the things that help us become more resilient. And resilience builds over time. It's not just a one-time thing. Hope I see you sharing something.
Yeah, I was just agreeing with you. I mean, that's really good. And I'm just, thinking about being inspired even beyond sometimes maybe the progress that we may not see quite yet.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Inspiration goes beyond that. It's like, okay, I don't see, this unfolding yet, but I am working towards it, and I'm inspired to keep moving forward until I see the results. Or if adjustments or changes need to be made, I'm still inspired despite.
I'm going to put that out there for everyone to glean from. As Hope has said, inspiration goes beyond progress. So we just continue to watch and see things unfold. And I think this is really good. This is a good nugget that we can use. And like I said, having some more self-compassion, because we're still moving,
Yes.
we're still evolving in those things and where we're going. Mm-hmm. And so I sure hope that you guys could glean, our Tea Time community, glean from this, find ways to be more inspired, and find more ways to inspire others this week and this month, and find different ways and strategies that will help you to move forward by just being inspired. And so I think this is a really good way to check in for the spring as we move into our summer months. There may be some things that we want to move forward in and become more resilient in, and it will start with the tool and the power of inspiration. So we're going to move on with our Tea Time announcements. We hope that as we come back, think about some takeaways and put them in the chat. So as we're talking about our Giving Tuesday, you can go ahead and share what you've gleaned from today's Tea Time practice today, our renewal practice. And so Hope is going to take us into our announcements for today.
All right. So this is our Giving Tuesday. And so I want to invite you to join us to give, and challenge you even today. Have you given during our Giving Tuesday? This is the time where we come together collectively as a community and give towards the Tea Time Tuesday. The Renewal Center is a nonprofit organization. We do have a location. And so this is where we can come together. Join us in this giving season as we give together. And this is our giving challenge, spring giving challenge. So we want to challenge you to be able to connect with the Renewal Center in forms of giving. We have several different ways you can give. We have our website, we have text, PayPal, and Zelle, CashApp, Venmo, and you can mail a check or money order to the information located here on the screen, our P.O. box. And so we're excited for you to join us in this time as a community, being unified in oneness, as we're unified in giving to the Renewal Center, as we continue to provide great hospitality and different programming in the local and local community. All right, so we invite you to join us in our giving challenge on this Tuesday. All right, and join us this summer for reformative prayer with our team. This is going to be held Wednesdays at 7:30 p.m. Okay, so we're going to be praying in June on the 5th and the 12th, July on the 10th and the 17th, August on the 7th and 14th, and then September we will resume our Reforming Culture class. So we're going to have a summer of reformative prayer. Looking forward to be reformed. Join us. Invite someone to join us for our reformative prayer Wednesdays at 7:30 p.m. A reformative summer prayer that's going to take place. Looking forward to seeing you there. We also invite you, ladies, and bring a friend with you for our Saturday. For our Women at the Well, it's going to be every first Saturday. It's going to be here listed on the information here. Our first Saturdays in June and July. And please connect and have your be able to engage with us on social media. This is the information. It's a time of fellowship on site and virtual. We're looking forward to you joining us for this. Make sure to invite a friend. It has been phenomenal since we started. We invite you to continue on and invite someone to join us as well on the first Saturdays of the month, starting at 10 a.m. on site and virtual via Zoom. We invite you for the Women of the Well, which is led by our very own Pastor Carmela, who leads that program. So we're looking forward to you joining us.
Thank you, Hope. Thank you for sharing those announcements with us. We do have a takeaway that came in, and so Dr. Brown is sharing his takeaway. Thank you, Dad. Appreciate you joining us today and sharing your takeaway. You're saying it is a joy when you have invested in others, coming alongside and motivating them to be innovative and seeing them progress, inspiring others. Thank you. Thank you so much. And can you take the next takeaway?
My takeaway is to see challenges as inspiration. Challenges can improve growth in areas where needed. Miss Anita Andrews, thank you for sharing. All right. All right.
Okay, well, we thank you. Hope, can you go ahead and take us out today at our tea time
Sure.
community? Thank
Sure.
you.
Sure. We just want to thank you all for joining us for this session of Tea Time Tuesday. Hope that we were able to bring the pause, reset, and build your resilience regarding inspiration. Thank you all for coming on. We'll see you again next Tuesday. Remember that I am Renewal, and take care of each other. Have a marvelous day. See you next Tuesday.